Okay, listen up. I got like 20 emails about this video. Is being trans a social fad among teenagers? Okay, let's address this from the beginning. I think that all elements of your identity are, to an extent, a social fad. For example, compulsive heterosexuality, or comphet, the idea that heterosexuality is presented as a kind of default modal norm for humans, it compels people to act and live as heterosexuals as a fad. Now, usually when we say fad, we're using this in kind of like a derisive way, like, oh, it's just a fad. But if by fad what we mean is, are there social influences, then the answer is yes, and everywhere. The question is, are these influences harmful? So here's like a comparison, okay? Compulsive heterosexuality would lead people to beat and murder gay people for living their lives. That seems bad. Whereas the current popularity of being trans when you're younger doesn't seem to lead to straight or cisgender people getting beaten to death on the streets. We have not seen this giant wave of hundreds and hundreds of anti-cisgender laws. So I don't think whatever trend is happening right now, whatever shift in popularity, I don't think that it's harmful in the way that the previous trends have been. So there you go. That's the opening. You like that? Like that nuance? Without the gobbledygook.
The vast majority of humans are born with an unambiguous biological sex that's either male or female. While there are some intersex conditions, they're rare. For the most part, biological sex in humans is fairly simple. People with XX chromosomes are biologically female, have ovaries and grow breasts. People with XY chromosomes are biologically male, have testicles and leave the toilet seat up.
I don't know if I'd say it's simple, but yes, generally people fall into those categories. It's called a bimodal range.
Gender identity is as difficult as sex is simple. Gender refers to our internal sense of being female, male, or something else. As everything internal, it's subjective and hard to properly define.
I've never liked... So this isn't me blaming her, because this is like a really common way of framing it. I really do not like thinking of gender as something internal, because I think it's the opposite, right? Like, my biological sex is confined literally to my body. It is as constrained and internal as anything can be. It's literally just me. Whereas when I say, like, well, what does it mean to be a man? That's like this huge cultural, social thing. So I think there's an internal component, of course, but, you know, obviously I think it's, we are very much riding the waves of social acknowledgement with that.
In 2018, the American physician Lisa Littman argued in a paper based on survey results among parents that the girls being referred to gender clinics in recent years are different from those of earlier generations. They show an onset of gender dysphoria during adolescence, but without prior symptoms, a combination that was previously basically unheard of. Littman dubbed it rapid onset of gender dysphoria and suggested that it's a case of social contagion.
Right. So, as we've said before, this study's methodology was surveying parents of trans children that the researcher found on anti-trans websites. From a methodological standpoint, it would be like doing polling on opinions on interracial relationships by finding people from Stormfront. It is so invalid as to be, like, damaging to the credibility of people who even cite the study. Even using this term is a mark against the objectivity of this video, because a cursory look at the study's methodology for a person with any education on proper research, which I assume this woman has, should immediately make you go, oh, wow, I can't use that in my video.
What happens to those children who are diagnosed with gender dysphoria? The treatment regime is called gender-affirming care. It starts with the child adopting a new name and pronouns that fit their chosen gender. They begin to change their appearance and join groups that belong to that gender.
Wait, whoa. Oh, no. They can do that if they want. This is, the way she's making it sound is that this is like a prescribed medical thing. Like the doctor... The doctor tells you, okay, time for you to grow your hair out and join the woman's soccer team. No, that's not how it works. Therapy by a gender clinician is usually just you sit down and talk with them about your feelings and experiences, and the clinician tries to give you information and advice that helps you come to terms with your identity and what would make you happy. But it's by definition not a prescriptive process. Like, the doctor doesn't tell you what to do, say, or believe. That's stupid. Am I coming off as pedantic here? I feel like this video took a nosedive, like, really quickly.
For example, if you want to be a girl...
I mean, she's trying to explain this to normies? Yeah, but she's wrong. I feel like the explanation I'm giving right now, even though it's not scripted and I'm kind of rambling because it's, you know, a live stream, I feel like I'm doing a fine enough job explaining these concepts. Like, that's not an excuse to be wrong. I think you're being a bit harsh, Vaush. Well, we're talking about, like, misinformation concerning the central subject of a genocide that's brewing against a minority group right now. I think it's okay to be, you know, specific. And what's more, this isn't just a little wrong. This is very wrong. I don't know, it seems like you're reacting more towards her delivery than her message. Wait, am I getting trolled right now? Everything that she's been saying for the past minute has been wrong. I have no idea what... Chat, if you like this YouTuber, okay, then, I don't know, go, like, deal with that yourself. That's between you and the fucking pastor at the Catholic Church. Go confess yourself. I don't fucking care. I'm not interested in your opinions on this, okay? She's wrong. That's not opinions. That's a fact. And there's a difference between, like, petty incorrectness that you can be pedant, like a pedant about. That's, you know, that happens. But this is like, come on. This is a science YouTuber. She's apparently held in high regard. I don't think it's unreasonable of me to expect a certain degree of care and caution when talking about an issue of this level of social importance. I'm not being too demanding here. She's just saying stuff that's wrong.
Surgery starts at $3,000 to $10,000 for top surgery, whereas bottom surgery typically costs around $25,000. And let's be clear that those innocent-sounding euphemisms mean they're cutting off parts of the anatomy that'll never come back.
Yes. So there's a bit of that narrativization as well. The idea that the term bottom surgery is some kind of sinister ploy to cover up the extremely secret knowledge that bottom surgery means cutting your dick. It doesn't, first of all, it doesn't even mean cutting your dick off. It does a loop-de-loop, okay? It's not even cutting, it doesn't cut the dick off. It does a loop-de-loop, okay? Very complicated. But second of all, like, why add this unless you're like, if she's doing the science reading bit, why wouldn't she just say, to be clear, bottom surgery means turning a penis into a vagina or a vagina into a penis? Why wouldn't she just say that? As opposed to this, like, fear-mongering bullshit.
Puberty blockers work in the sense that they block puberty.
True.
Side effects include, but are not limited to, weight gain, headaches, reduced growth, and a significant decrease in bone density.
We're going to go over everything here, aren't we? From my understanding, the process of taking hormone blockers, like, every medication can lead to side effects. Like, go look at the back of your aspirin bottle. As I understand it, puberty blockers don't really rough your body up that much. What's more, it does not lead to a significant decrease in bone density. The lack of hormones in your body, because you're taking puberty blockers, can lead to a temporary reduction in your growth and your bone density that gets compensated for by then taking hormones or just not taking the puberty blockers and getting your regular hormones back. So yes, puberty is a biological process that makes you big and strong. So when you take the drugs that keep you from experiencing puberty, it prevents you from being big and strong. But that's why it's temporary. And then you take hormones or just go back to your regular hormones. So the vast majority of people who take puberty blockers go on to take hormones as well.
Unfortunately, the evidence that puberty blockers actually improve the mental health of children presenting with gender dysphoria is slim.
Oh yeah? Do you want to substantiate that? I've talked to a decent number of people who have taken hormone blockers before getting their, like, puberty, the hormone or whatever, and I don't think I've ever talked to a single one who had anything but positive. They all want to be young shits. Oh, sorry, somebody provided the source.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Excellent, thank you. Here's a transphobic tweet that she tweeted. I don't know if this is necessarily transphobic. It's just dumb. Just low IQ. Pope allows women to vote at upcoming bishops' meeting. Looking forward to the first non-binary pope. Like, it's the kind of stupid thing that a right-winger would tweet, but it also might just be the kind of stupid thing one of you guys would tweet. So, I don't know. She doesn't give me, like, fascist vibes. She just gives me, like, she's kind of stupid and self-important. Guys, physicists and STEM majors are socially unaware, emotionally unintelligent blowhards who are dwarfed intellectually by people who do work in sociology, criminology, and linguistics and will never understand how out of their depth they are. This is why every time you see a STEM lord on Twitter talk about how you could solve society by putting AI in charge of our criminal justice system, you're like, wow, How is it that you can code programs and you're this fucking retarded? How the fuck can you possibly understand how to write code? And this is where you are. Like, you have no idea what's going on in the world. It's like Elon Musk brain. She's a boomer-pilled contrarian. She does this stuff in her own field as well. She's not even liked by other STEM people. That's how bad she is. Well, we did see a video of hers down here that's literally her saying... Shut up. That's literally her saying, I think faster than light travel is possible. Here's why. And again, not a physicist, but I can't imagine any reason why a video like this would be made if not for contrarianism. Oh, God, no, the whole channel is full of this. Dopamine addiction is a myth. Here's what the science says. Clickbait title. Collective stupidity, how can we avoid it? I guarantee you this video is trash. I believe chatbots understand part of what they say. Let me explain it. This is nonsense. This is jibber jabber. These are inflammatory contrarian titles that are designed to incite controversy and get rage views.
And also, as much as I like John Oliver, it's an extremely unfortunate comparison. You can switch a pen from one hand to the other and back within a few seconds and without lasting consequences.
What? The treatment of left-handed people wasn't just you can switch the pen. They were religiously castigated. They were socially discriminated against. They were forced for years to write with the wrong hands. That's not what the analogy means. Hey, well, did you know all you have to do, you can just switch your name again. All transgender stuff doesn't matter because you can just go like, oh yeah, I was Billy and then I was Michelle and now I'm Billy again. Wow, that was that easy. They were beaten if they wrote with the left hand because it was considered satanic. What do you, bro, just switch hands. Bro, just switch hands, forehead. Just switch hands, forehead, idiot. Like, this is so dumb. This is so stupid. I will never respect anything this woman has to say. It's unbelievable to me that there were people in chat who were like, I think you're being nitpicky and biased. Bye-bye. Like, fucking, oh my God. Dude, just switch pens, man. Why didn't all the people in the Catholic schools in fucking 1907 not just switch hands? Jesus Christ.
Puberty blockers and hormone therapies are not as easy to undo.
That's not... The thing that you're trying to prevent with the left-handedness thing isn't the physical pen. I've had pens in my left hand, even though I'm right-handed before. It's not where the pen is. It's the decades of social ostracization. Bro, just switch the hand of the decades of social ostracization. You're right. It's time. This is fucking insane. I can't believe this shit.
And we don't understand the long-term consequences.
We do. We have data that goes on for decades and decades and decades. Thank you.
In summary, what I take away from the data is that the sudden increase in the number of teenagers identifying as transgender is both real and substantial. It's also clear that the demographic group is markedly shifting, now heavily skewed towards those assigned female at birth.
Is that skew towards the more trans guys? Is that just in the UK or is that everywhere? I've heard about that a lot in the UK, but it's always that one UK poll that I see. I don't see it in the United States.
Many of which present with other mental health disorders. Evidence that those children would benefit from puberty blockers or hormone therapy is slim.
Untrue. Again, this is just a lie. This is not like a misinterpretation or a mistake. It is just a lie. You can literally go on Google Scholar and Google, like, effects of hormone blockers. And you know what? Hold on. Let me make it really clear to everyone how easy it is. Trans effects of hormone therapy. A systemic review of the effects of hormone therapy on psychological functioning and quality of life in transgender individuals. A systemic review, huh? Well, let's see how much we're looking at here. 3 uncontrolled prospective cohort studies enrolling 127 trans adults. Oh, is that not enough? By the way, 247 people is significantly more than plenty of reputable psychological studies. Plenty more.
So what do you think? Do you have children in that age group and are worried about...
I hate this woman. I hate this woman. Now she's going to do like the, hello, concerned parent, you know? What, you know, let's, aren't you worried for your children? They might be hearing trans propaganda on TikTok.